yeah, you got to do it over there. Whoops. Oops. Socks are on the table. Just chaos around here this afternoon. Hi, everybody. How's everyone? Is all good? I put my socks on. It was a little chilly on the floor, so hold on. I was trying to get organized. What's everybody up to? Hello, Willow from Kansas. And Claire. And Diane. And Heather. And Helly and Sandra. I love how we all like hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. Sorry, I had to put my socks on. Like I said, it was getting a little chilly. So, hello, Becky. Hello, Tina. Hello, Sharon, Terry. Well, we got lots today. I have to say, thanks to Cat Lady for my attire today. She this was one of the that came in her package. Hello, Jerry Lynn and Liz and Deborah. Yes, please give a thumbs up. Please do. Hello, Johanna. Is it Johanna? Because there's a Joanna and then there's Johanna. So I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Like this. We put a tree up. Literally just like hours ago. Check out the tree skirt. I just finished the binding like seconds to spare before we were getting over here. That's why I went and ran to get socks. So check it out. I'll let Pop get a chance to zoom in there so you can see it. We haven't decorated it yet. We just put the tree skirt around it. And I love it. I literally am I've never been more thrilled with a tree skirt in my life. I am so proud of this. I know it's got some wonkiness, but I don't care. It literally has made me so proud to have made that. And now I've got the second one almost done. I'd say maybe 1/4 done. But it's beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it looks beautiful around our tree. Hello, Sonia. Nancy. Yes, the tree and thank you. It's actually our second year with a pre-lit tree. We've always had real trees wherever we've lived, whether it was in the States or whether when we lived in the UK or wherever we were, or parts of Canada. We always had a real tree. Last year, I just said, you know what? We never really enjoy it for the amount of time I'd like to enjoy it. It's only about a week and a half, 2 weeks with the real tree for us around here. So I thought, you know what? And Pop found a great deal. He found that one. It changes the whole thingies, but we didn't want it all spastic to, freak anybody out. So we left it just as that. So anyways, yeah. So we're working on today, now that you saw the beautiful tree skirt, I didn't print off the other part because, I don't need to waste my ink, but we're working on little trees like this one right back here. So with the reds and the blacks and the grays and the greens, and that's what I chose in my happy little bucket here. But my background instead of white is blue. It's a very soft blue. In fact, it's a flannel blue. And I'm hoping between the two fabrics, they go well together. So, but no, nonetheless, I love it. And it's going to be, I only cut enough for half. The pattern has you cutting enough to make 24 blocks. And on this wall, or this quilt right here, you have it's hiding underneath all of our quilt blocks here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one tells you doing 12. I did 9, but I did 9 twice because the other one went to my mom. That was for last year. So I love it that we have a quilt that we can share together. It's both of ours. And I know that, I made both of them. And I know when Christmas comes out, we're both got ours out and stuff like that. So, I've got enough to make 6. So I thought that would either go really nice with either 2, 2, and 2, or like the 3 and 3 that they have here. And then you can just border it up a couple of times and bibbidi bobbidi boo, you got yourself a nice little lap blanket or something like that. So I only had enough to do for the 6. So, I'm okay with that, right? So we're going to still make 12 trees, which it's 12 halves, really. So it ends up ending with 6 trees. So how is everybody? Everybody good? Where can you get the tree pattern? It is from Moda. And it is called Toll Christmas by Gina Martin. And we did it last year as a Long Arm Wednesday. I didn't film the making of the two of them because whenever I was putting the blocks together, it was after Crossing Guard and I was babysitting the Munchkins, and if it was cold, we watched a movie, and I just sew away here, and sometimes the little other Munchkin would help me, hand me some pieces. She wanted to help. So we didn't film any of the making of the tree, but we did film the quilting of it. So I think it's this one. You know what? I'm not sure. It depends on whether either I outlined it and stitched something in the center here, or the other one that was on the long arm is probably went to my mom. So, and this was the other one. So, trying to find if there was anything else here on the papers. There was 4 pages. I only chose to print 2 and 3. The finished size of the quilt ends up being 56 by 64. So that's a lot. It also includes borders of 4.5 inches. So like I said, I didn't want to waste the ink, so I only printed off the 2 pages that I needed. So, and I know they're running around here in my scrap or my paper box anyways, but the fact I just probably couldn't find them in time. So, but love the tree skirt. It's beautiful, isn't it? Love the headband. Thank you. That's from Cat Lady. It had one of the bells had fallen off in travel, but Pop glued it on before the show. So I said, "Oh, you got to fix that, please, please, please." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, no problem." So out to the shop he went and fixed it away. So I was just gonna switch out some threads here because I was working on black for the binding of the beautiful tree skirt. So, and I want to switch it out to white. So we're working on the piecing. So, okay. Yeah, it's under the tree. And the second one is all done together and on the long arm. And I got it 1/4 done. I'm getting there. I'm hoping to show it as well by next live stream. Okay. So whether there we go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, Pop. Thanks. Were you looking for it? Was that it? Yeah. Yeah, Gina Martin. Yeah. Okay, Pop's going to share it or does his magic bibbidi bobbidi boo stuff there. I was going to say I get my glasses, but they're not my glasses that are on my head. It's a headband. Pop's like, "Are you going to wear that for the show?" I said, "Of course. What do you think?" He's like, "Yeah, go for it." Oh, yeah, thanks. It was just a loose little jingle, actually, when I picked up the package. So I was like, "Ooh, jingly bells." Oh, hold on, that got looped under there. Okay. All right, switch foot, because I was doing a decorative stitch all the way around. Where's my other foot? Whoa. Am I missing a foot? Oh, don't push the pedal there, dork. Oh, it was there. Jeez. Silly me's. Guess I just thought it was something else. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. So how's everybody? We all good? No, I didn't get Nomi. He sounds better, though. I think a full bobbin makes it sound, I don't know, or it was doing fine with the black. It wasn't making any very much noise. Or the red I was using earlier when I was when I was stitching all the pieces on to the other tree skirt. It didn't make any like wackadoodle noise then. So maybe it's either the white, which I just reloaded. So it's either the white, which I have, or it was just because it was a low bobbin. It was just making a heck of a lot of noise. It was probably one of those weird cheap bobbins just happened to get in my cycle or something like that. What did everybody think of the little Manger block from yesterday? We put them all together. We had to do a little bit of redesign because one of our wonderful fans sent us this to add to the quilt. So we're going to have to adapt to making sure you're adding one of these to the quilt if you want to partake in the quilt along, okay? So we've adapted. It's going to go right in the center like it proudly should, and saying thank you very, very much for this. It's been lovely. And this was the little Manger one we did yesterday, and it's so cute. I love it. Pop likes my wonky star. I said it shouldn't be perfect. It should be a little weird. Nothing should be perfect, right? So cute. Love it. And then we got everybody else in the pile. Unfortunately, my bows got squished because they got stacked. So I got some squished bows, but that's okay. We can flap those up later. I was thinking maybe if we really wanted to do like a 3-dimensional next time around, we actually stuff it. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Have like a stuffed bow, you know, like little baby pillows. I don't know. It came to me after the fact. But lovely. We'll go through mail. How many we got? 84 watching? Woo, we should do mail call then before we get busy. That way I don't forget. Because we know me. All right. Okay. So a big apology to Helen Frontino from Lincoln, Delaware. And for Nancy Kinsel of Cedar Rapids. And what was the other one here? I think it was this one here. Barb McFadden. Your packages came a week ago. Unfortunately, they got wrapped up with some wall hangings and tucked to the back behind on top of the tree box that came up from downstairs. And then I went to go put up the tree, and it was meant to be, and we found your 3 packages. So very, very sorry that if you thought they had gone missing, they had not. They were here, and I'm very sorry. I even said to Bob, so where's those other packages? I just could not remember where they went, and I apologize. But we found them. It's all good. They weren't far. They just got wrapped up with some wall hangings. The ones that came off. So anyway, so thank you very much for sending them. Okay, so the first one here we'll do from Helen. Okay, so thank you very much, Helen. And she did this big square. I'll have to measure this out here because we forgot to. This is 16.5 by 16.5. So we'll have to try and make a lovely use or centerpiece out of that one. It would be awesome. And then she sent a bunch of snowball blocks left over from making a baby quilt. And honest to goodness, it would make a great start to a baby quilt already when you think of how many are here. I mean, so there's that, and then you do another 4, and then maybe 1 and I don't know, like bibbidi babbidi boo, you got yourself another baby quilt, a couple of big other solid squares, right? So thank you very much for that, Helen. Appreciate it. And then of course the little 9 patch, which it should be a big 9 patch, but that's okay. We're gonna make it partake, so don't you worry. We are. Okay. Thank you very much for all your treasures that you sent. It was lovely, and I love this. I think that's the friendship star, is it not? I believe that's the friendship star. It's lovely. I love the fabrics that she chose too with the flowers on it. So thank you very much for that. And a lovely little card. It's awesome. We appreciate it. Okay. So can we get us so it's the big black screen? I can't see anybody what's going on. Nothing. I'm sorry. Okay, and this one is from Nancy from Cedar Rapids. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Hi, Nicole. Couldn't see you before. Hi, There's Nancy. Hi, Rebecca, Vicky, Sue. I couldn't see you all before. It was like this little big of micro script, so I was like, I don't even know who was here. So thank you very much for showing up. And we have a beautiful tree skirt. Oh, so literally, I'm over the moon with the tree skirt. Totally. Okay, this is from Nancy, and she sent, I just want to make sure I get this right. Iowa here is my block for you. Iowa is known for the corn state, and we love our sweet corn. I love the sweet corn too, let me tell you. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Love that bright yellow. Love that bright green. It totally looks like the stalk. It's got such a beautiful texture to it. I don't even know if it's going to pick it up on the camera, but it is gorgeous. Sorry. Yes, we got snow last night. I was just going to say it was snowing, but I guess it just stopped. So it was snowing all of like 15 minutes ago, but it wasn't really sticking around. So isn't that a beautiful block? It's lovely. It makes me hungry for corn. Thank you very much for that and your lovely note. We really appreciate it. And I can't wait to put all this quilt block together. Like, it's just amazing. Okay, so put you back in your package. Da-da-da. Clive, I was going to say, Clive was tired out. We played with him earlier, so he's all napping behind Pop there. He's found some extra batting bits to lay on, so, and I let him because it's, you know, it's just little batting bits that he's never going to. Anyways, this one is from Kathy from Maryland. I believe she'll know. Okay, there we go. This one is a 3D flying geese represents the state she lives in. They're very big on crabs there, and the blue represents the ocean. So isn't that awesome? When Pop took it out of the envelope, I was like, oh, check that out. That is so cool. I love that. So thank you so much for that. It was very lovely. Thank you very, very much for that, Kathy. Big hugs. Big hugs. Love it. And of course, I love crabs too. And then of course, she sent her big 9-patch. Isn't it beautiful with the roses and the cherries and the little daisies? And I love that green. And really anything could go with this when you put it all together as a big charity quilt, right? So I love the colors. Thank you very, very much for that. The greens and I love the roses. Beautiful. Thank you very, very much. Is she in the chat? Is she in the chat? I hope so. Big hugs to you. All right. We'll put that in there. Get back in there. And these aren't, it doesn't seem to be too expensive coming up. I don't know what those little flag stamps mean, but this one, probably because it was express post, was $9.50. This one from Iowa is only $2.50. So I'm sure it's probably at least a couple bucks for the bubble envelope if you buy it from there, or maybe even $1 from the dollar store if you have a dollar store. Okay, so there we go. So there's that one. And then this one is from Barb McFadden. She's in quite a bit, Miss Barb. Okay, first it was a little bits of world fabric, which I absolutely adore. I'm going to incorporate this into the quilt. So, and then her block with Oklahoma. Love it, love it, love it. Apparently she found our channel a couple months ago and she really enjoys it. So thank you very much for that, Barb. We really enjoy your block. It's stunning. Pop and I were really commenting on how it looks like a sunset, and it just really, the colors really pop, and we just like the whole horsey man, like we were just loving it. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? I am very, very honored and treasured to have all your beautiful blocks. Trust me, I really do feel honored. And then she sent along this beautiful world fabric. She says it's repeated every 18 inches, which I think is a fantastic idea. And then Pop and I were thinking about taking like the very tiny Sharpie marker and marking like a tiny little X where we're getting items from, like, you know, blocks and things for the charity blocks and the charity stuff and the fabric donation and anything like that that's, you know, helps out the quilt shop and helps out our goal to give back and so on and so forth. So it's beautiful. It's got you know, got some planes on it. It says the world Mercator projection capitals of countries. So that's, isn't it lovely? I'll hold it up there for a second so you can take a good look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, the key to oh, okay, he's keeping it flat? Yeah, I bet. There we go. It's lovely. Lovely fabric. I'm like, oh, that'd make a fantastic bag. Wouldn't you think? A little over the shoulder, you know what I mean? It'd be fantastic. All right, so thank you very much for that, Barb. Really, really appreciate it, and love that you really honored your state of Oklahoma. That is just, it's stunning. I love the whole teepee and everything. Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right, put that back in its little preserve bag. Okay. All right, let me just move these ones off here. I have to bring the iron over. And then this one is from Jerry. Jerry Noble from Dexter, Missouri. Is she in the chat? I haven't seen her yet, but she might have been. Hello, Loretta. Happy you're here? I have that fabric. Oh, here's the airline. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. 9x9 it's going to make a quilt out. Oh, was that a cat lady filling in on everybody? What was that? Just okay. Anyways, my own business. I don't know where that came from. That's interesting. Okay, so this one's from Jerry Lynn. She designed the block. Hold on, I want to get it right. Oh, sorry. She's the one who designed this right here. I apologize. I was trying to wait. I was like, wait a second. This got lost here. So she designed this. She cross-stitched it and then hand-stitched it. And then, oh my gosh, like big hugs. Oh my gosh. Pop and I was like almost in tears. So thanks for making me cry. I was so touched. So that's why we had to adapt the quilt pattern just a little bit to accommodate for this beautiful block in the center. And we are going to put it in the center. So thank you very much. And then second is the ruler's early birthday gift. She gave me this 4x8 Omni Grid ruler. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. There's nothing better than a nice little quick little small ruler, especially when you're going to retreats and stuff like that. And then this was her other this is her block for the 9.5. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Absolutely love it. Awesome. So thank you very much for that. She is? Excellent. Thank you very much. There she is. Hi, darling. Love it. It's right up there on top. So thank you very much. Okay. Well, actually, I'm putting that, now that it's out of the package, it's going over in here. So, because I'll be using it if it's okay before my birthday. All right, so there we go. And then this one here is from Faith Johnson in Millboro, Delaware. And she got quite a little collage in here too. Oh, this one here. Where's her note? Oh, there it is. I was just going to say, I know there's a note in a card or something in there. Okay. Oh, she tells me her birthday. I thought that was hilarious. Pop and I were giggling about that. Here is my block called Holly and Ivy. There we go. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I had the name correct. Holly and Ivy is the name of the block, and I love it. And the fact it's even just one of her extra blocks, I love that too. Just because now I know that out there somewhere is a full project of this, and I will find it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just think it's cool. I think it's cool knowing that there's whole full project or quilt or whatever, table runner, wall hanging, whatever. That's all full out there. And this was just a little orphan block, and I love it. I love it. Thank you so very much. So, and she gave me a little birthday card. I think it was a birthday card. Yes, it was. What was it? Actually, I think I could share this one with you. Keep in mind, stressed is desserts spelled backwards. So I'm all over that, considering I made Pop birthday cake. I did, because his birthday is on Tuesday before my birthday. Da, 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 da. And then for 5 days, we're the same age, and then I get older. I just tell him I'm breaking in the age for him, and then I'm just passing it along like a baton. Yeah, it's beautiful quilt blocks, and you guys are very, very talented. Thank you very, very much. All right, so I'm just going to stack that on top of each other. Try fighting with it to get it back in there. And this one is from Kathleen from California, or California, Ocala, Florida. And I apologize for not saying it correctly, because I clearly am illiterate in some ways. All right, so this one, here we go. We'll just put that there. Did she say anything in here, or was it a note? I think Pop opened this one. I'm so excited to be a part of this quilt. My block is of what I love about Florida, the beach and the cruises. I hope to catch you live stream soon. I always watch later in the evening. Oh, thank you very much, Kathleen. Isn't that lovely? It's a stunning block. Stunning. She did such little details, and the little crabbies and the flip-flops and the sunglasses and the pail and everything. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So thank you very much for that, Kathleen. I hope you do get to catch this live stream at one point in time. That way you can pop in and say hi. See what's shaking, Mama. It is super cute. I love them all. Oh, are they wishing you happy birthdays? Aw, thanks, peeps. You guys are good. You're good for the soul. All right, we'll put you back in there, baby. All right, there we go. And then we have one more. This is from, of course, Cat Lady for the headband. And she sent us a couple treasures. Okay. First is Christmas card and birthday card, which neither one have been opened because I can wait. I'll try to wait. So we'll put them there just for the moment. And then she sent us the cutest little ornaments. We're going to be the first on our Christmas tree besides the Merry Christmas sign. And she's got a little snowman for Munchkin and then a little moose for Mom, and I love it. And then a little Santa Claus for Pop. It's so cute. So thank you very much for that. And she's already sent a block. She sent a block like a long time ago. So this is like the little bonus gift. So thank you so much. And then, of course, her 9 patch. So isn't that lovely? See? I know. It's not my birthday or Christmas yet. It's hard sometimes. I tell you, really is. Yeah, so thank you very much. Love it. Love those colors. I just love a little cotton block. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. All right, so we are going to leave those out. I almost put them on the tree, and then Pop says, no, wait till the channel. I'm like, okay, so I'll put them in the little bucket here so don't forget. So thank you very much for all your kindness and all your blocks and the love to share towards the quilt, and it's just really fantastic. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to put everybody back in the pool. Hold on. And then we're just going to move the pool off to the side so it doesn't get in the way. Okay. And then we're going to move this over here because we got some pressing issues to deal with. Okay. I feel like my jingly bell heads are going to fall off. I need to switch my pedal around. It's in the way. Got shifted. All right. All right. Oh, that's okay, Claire. I probably should have showed you the birthday cake I made him, but I put it in the fridge so it could chill. I was trying to get it up real done fast because I thought, let's see, Monday, I got guild meet in the evening. That's if I go, I'm not sure. And then, but I have to catch up on a few things. I'm kind of a little behind on a few projects, but I'll catch up. Because I got to make space for Angie. So I need to make sure that I'm not stressed with other projects hanging over my head while, Angie's hanging out with us next week. And I'm very excited for her to be hanging out with us next week. Not this week coming up, next week. Gotta wait. Patience. Cake, exactly. Chocolate cake. Homemade chocolate cake with homemade chocolate icing. I know. Except I just realized right now. What? It was a present for his birthday, like me. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Might have to wait for Christmas for that, or maybe even the draw of the, who wins the tree skirt. So I always make homemade cake. There's nothing better than homemade cake. So that's for sure. Okay, so we should get sewing. Should we? Maybe get some work done. It's already like hanging out for a half hour already. We haven't done any work. Union reps are going to be around any moment. Okay, I didn't cut my pieces for the green. I just cut the widths of fabric or bibbity bobs that I had because some really wasn't quite a width of fabric, but I knew I can get an 8-inch or a 4-inch or a 6-inch or something out of this, okay? So in the pattern, it said, I did cut all my backgrounds though. So I have all my background pieces that I need in the sizes that they are required, which is the 8.5, 2.5 by 8.5, 2.5 by 5.5, 2.5 by 4.5, 2.5 by 3.5, 2.5 by 2.5, and 2.5 by 1.5. Okay, so, and of course the most you need of is the 2.5 by 2.5, because when you're actually building the tree, you're actually using one almost every single time to square it up, sort of thing, like the flip and fold sort of idea, which is in quite a few block idea things when you're going for piecing the fabrics. So it's easy. It'll be. I haven't done it in a year, and like I said, I just kind of did the. I guess what was that, 9? So 18 blocks all together within like probably about a week period to pump something out really, really kind of cool. So here's all my blues in their perspective sort of layouts. Okay. Of course, I got the most of is those guys there. And this is my background. You can have white. That's why I thought, you know what? Don't do white, because you did white on that one. You did cream on the other one. Do something different. Do blue. So, but I did a nice light blue. It's nothing too dark. I don't think it's going to take away from any of the squares or anything like that. It's just going to add a different sort of day feeling to the quilt. So, what's going on here? Are we two an awesome couple? Is that what Judy's saying?
Yes.
Aw, thank you. We're pretty cool. We like each other. Oh, are you bragging? Yes. Just kidding. All right. Now I did cut my grays and whites and blacks. So I did try and, but I cut more than what I need, of course, because then I could always go to the scrappy pile, or I'm forced to make more trees. So we just, and I got like zebra fabric and some flowers and musical notes, and it doesn't matter. All together when it's all finished, it's going to look beautiful. And I did cut some of my reds, or all of my reds. So reds, whites. I chose to, I linked a lot of the cardinal in here. I have a couple of the cardinal fabrics cut several times. So it'll be on the 8-inch and the 4-inch and the 7-inch and so on and so forth. So it's really more of a common theme throughout this tree wall hanging or tree quilt at this point. So I just thought, you know what, use some of the cardinal fabric you have. It'll tie it all together, and it'll make it really pretty and be a common theme. And you can always frame it out in the cardinal as well. So, okay. So I did leave some of the green to work with. Let's move this down here. I got the Lee Valley catalog, so I'm like pre-shopping. I like the Lee Valley catalog. What was it? Okay. Sorry. It's off the page already?
He said, why are you talking so fast? Are you selling something? It sounds like an auctioneer. I believe that would be the closest translation to that.
Oh, sorry. I'm just excited. Do you want me to calm down? I calm down. It's excitement. You're here. I'm here. We're all hanging out. I set up the Christmas tree today. The fact I did it before my birthday should be like a major monumental achievement. I don't like to try and mix the two together. It's like birthday and then Christmas. It's got priorities around here. Okay, so let's build ourselves a couple of trees. And you need to make a left tree and a right tree. And then those two trees become a whole tree, but it's what the color breakup, like the green one above here, but you can really see this. Hopefully you can see this one. Yes, you can. With the different reds, like that's the same red that's here, but I did it. One is a 2.5. This is a 3.5. This one down here is like a 4.5. That's like a 7.5. That sort of thing. And of course, it has. I got more of this cardinal fabric. It happened to be in the store again this year. I really liked it, so I picked up more. But I don't have a lot of more of the other colors, so we're mixing matching. Sorry. Thanks, Wanda. Aw, thanks. Oh, they really want to see your cake, do they? Oh, well, I put it on parchment paper so we can cut it and not make a mess. But here it is. It's chocolate cake. Okay, it is very good. Oh, it's starting to thick up.
Hey,
Pop says, hey, that's my cake. He loves my chocolate cake, so I always make it for him. And I thought if he wanted to add a little strawberry sauce on top, he can add some strawberry sauce, whatever he likes. He likes his chocolate and strawberry, so it is. It tastes really good. Of course, homemade's always the best, you know. Where's yours? Yes, exactly. The bad thing is I can cook, and then, you know, it tastes good, and then you eat it all, and then, you know, oh well. Fat and happy. I'd rather be fat and happy than skinny and miserable, so. Okay, back to tree creating. Exactly, can't go wrong with chocolate. I normally make it in 2 round squares, but for time's sake, 2 rounds. Sorry, 2 round pans. Thanks, Bob. Anyways, 2 round pans, and then stack them on top of each other. But for time's sake today, I just kind of put it in a one of our new pans that we got. It's supposed to be able to do like roasting and baking and all sorts of things. So I thought I'd give it a try and do the long one. I figured if he really wanted it stacked, I'd cut it in half and flop it on top of each other, and then Bob's your uncle, it's done. So it would still be a double stacked cake. And it would get eaten. Okay, now, so let's start off with the black and red, black and gray, black and white, whatever. Let's start off with that tree. Let's make a left and we'll make a right, okay? And we'll chat it out and hang out and see how it's going. Okay, so the first one says we need the 2.5 by 8.5 of the background fabric, which is that right there, that fabric right there, and a 2-inch of, or 2.5 inch of whatever we're choosing here. I think I really want to be dangerous and go with the zebra fabric. So I'm thinking, do I like it the way it's going to flip that way, or do I like it the way it's going to flip that way? You know what I mean? So this is where if you have any directional fabric, you can play with it, okay? Oh, I obviously spilt my drink. We'll cover that. And then you pin, and you can, because it's only 2.5 inches, I didn't really see the point in marking it. I mean, it's such a visual go and flip, but just make sure you're doing it the right way. Oops, sorry, I had it the other way. So we want to make sure you're doing it this way. And then when it flips this way, it's a triangle, a black and white on the bottom half, okay? Down here, not up. The others, it's always flipping down. Flipping down, not flipping up, okay? If that makes any sense. Okay. And this is just making a sew and flip triangle. It even says that right on the pattern right here. It's trim and press and super easy. If you need to draw a diagonal line, then do so. I mean, there's lots of little rulers that you can help do that with, and pencils, and like even just a plexi ruler. So, okay. So, and if you don't want to get confused, if you want to make sure you're always sewing in the correct direction, if you're so used to sewing like this side and flipping up, you want to make sure that, you know, you're going in the correct direction. So we're making sure we're going to go across here. And here I was also thinking about, because I'd learned since the last time of doing this, I don't really want to waste this bit of fabric here. So what if we sewed a 1/4 or 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch over and left just enough to trim this and then fold, and then we make another tiny square, a little half square triangle this for the extra pile. You know, I think we've come across that before. I did do it with the binding, all the binding that hold on, I'll grab all of them over here because I tucked them over here. All the binding ones I did for the tree skirt. I just, you know, overlapped them, but I know in there I'll end up getting myself a good 1.5 inch black square. But, you know, why not? Why waste the fabric, right? So why What you can do that. Eventually, they'll get trimmed up. So, what's that? Done mine? What's going on? Are you saving the trimmings? Is that what we were just talking about? The trimmings? Da da da. I hope so. Wait till you get my block. I hope so. I like that. All right, so I'm going to sew on that line I just made, okay, because that's where I want to sew. And then I'm going to scoot over and make another little cut for my to-go pile. So I meant to get myself a container. Did I? Is that here? It is now. That had 2 buttons in it. I'll put it there. It's my container now. All right, so, and of course, if you want, keep your pin in for stability until you, oops, wrong stitch. Oh, what a dork. See, clearly that's what I was working on. I didn't change my stitch out, doo-da, doo-da. That's okay, it's not very long. I can take it out. I was doing a fancy stitch around the binding, making it all pretty. Where are all the lovely animals today? Clive is napping on the batting, and Sophie, we were playing outside. Let me see. See if I can get her to come to me. Sophie! Loaf-a-poof! Here she is. Come here. People want to see you. Come here. Come say hi to Mama. Come on. Come on. Up here. Up here. Hi there. There's Sophie. She's probably napping in a chair. Yeah. But we were playing. We were playing outside just before the shoot. Yes. Yes, we were. Because it was snowing and she really wanted to play with her football. Yeah, but Clive's napping. I think we tired him out because I was doing a bunch of moving around stuff and I was chasing him around. And then Munchkin was playing with him with a toy with a feather, and, you know, that tires the old man out. Hi, Tina. I'm glad it's your second time and you've decided to return. And she's done. She's gone back to her chair. She's like, that's it. There's no snacks involved. I'm out of here. Yeah, see, I don't hear that wonkiness anymore. Like, I think it was just the fact it was not a full bobbin. And then you take yourself a good pair of scissors or your rotary cutter, and you're just going to cut in between those 2 stitch lines that you just did. One, you just made yourself a tiny, awesome half square triangle for a project or Scrappy quilt, whatever it may be. It's going to go into the to-go pile. And the other one, you made the very first top to your tree skirt, or tree. I'm going to say tree skirt for a while because we've been doing it for a while. And then you're just going to press it. So, and that's number 1, okay? Thanks, Connie. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate your feedback and I really love it. Like when you have some idea in your mind and, you know, and some people look at you a little quirky like, oh, do you need me to move the iron? I can do that. I can move the iron over. We got some, is that going to be in your way? Or are we good? Okay. Because you know, like I said, I had this idea in my mind. The tree, I'll show you next week the tree skirt that I made for Pop and I just a couple of years ago. Like I said, it was just a scrappy one. I just kind of tossed it together, had some Christmassy fabrics, just thought I didn't want to go another year without a tree skirt that was handmade. So, and I didn't even put binding on it yet. The fact that that one has binding on it should be celebrated as well. So it's beautiful, it's lovely, and I just wanted something just a little bit more, you know, just that little bit pizzazzy, a little bit, you know, extra, to the one that says, oh, that's fantastic. Not, oh, that's a beautiful tree skirt. That's an amazing tree skirt. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear, the enthusiasm. I want to hear the excitement of all this, the work that went into it. And the fact it does that little spiral effect going out underneath the tree is just, it's mesmerizing. You know what I mean? You know, a few drinks into you and a couple of spins around the tree, you're happy. Woo! I think it makes for a great time. And I love the star. I love the white star that we did with the white and the blue. And then when I quilted it, I came up on the side, did a little curl, came back, went to the other side, came up in the center, did another little curl. So with that gold fabric or gold thread, the honey gold thread, and it looks really awesome on that dark blue. So, and of course I'm going to do the same on the other one, which is on the long arm. So I know the blue makes a pop. It's a little different. Why not? Why not, right? The reflective light from underneath the tree. There's always blue lights on the tree. Anybody who says blue doesn't belong in Christmas is crazy. I said it. That's just who I am, Tina. It's beautiful. It turned out better than even I imagined, Pat. It really did. It turned out, like I said, you got this. Oh, thank you. Actually, Munchkin, I did ask him to call her today because he hadn't spoken to her for quite some time. So I don't think he got a chance to, but well, I think I'll give her a shout quickly after the show. So to see how she's doing, because I haven't spoken to her since last week in the headset scenario. Where's my mom? She's coming from the thread over there in the corner. It was really weird. So yeah, nonetheless. All right, let's do another one. Okay, got all my colors set up here. Now need to take another set here, which is the hold on, I don't want to mess this up. Okay, it is the 3.5 times 2.5, and then that 2.5, once it's met its maker on its angle, gets attached to a 5.5. Okay, I just want to make sure that is a 5.5. Yes, it is. So we'll add that there. That's why you need so many of the 2.5s. Like, look how thick that stack is. It calls for 168. So, of course, I made 84 to do half the quilt, right? Where's your glasses? Over here. It sits weird with the headset, so. The gold thread you used wasn't too, Sharon. I loved it. It turned out fantastic. In fact, I said to Pop, I'm not sure we'd have enough to finish the second tree skirt with the honey gold left over, though I have started it. I loaded up 2 bobbins and the rest of the spool. We probably might just have enough, but I don't want to risk it. So hence the thread order that we placed the other day just to make sure. And we needed a couple other threads around here, like some military gold. It's for a customer quilt. I want to, it wasn't quite enough left on the spool before I even start. So I don't want to start without it because I want to finish it once, get her done, right? All right, so let's put their little triangle. Okay, because this fabric is directional. See how the little cardinal is on there? And the other little, no, actually that's just a female cardinal. I was going to say it's another bird, but you want to make sure you put your triangle in the right corner so your birds aren't upside down, because you want to make sure when you stitch along this side here, it's when it comes up to this part of the tree, okay, that it's going in the right direction. You can have upside down birds if you like, but if we don't have to have upside down birds, let's not, right? So that's how it's going to sit. So let's make sure we're stitching that correctly. Use our little tiny ruler mark and mark from edge to edge. And of course, we can scoot over from that. If we can just measure while we're here, put another little line. So we're going to sew on that one and sew on that one and cut in between. And we get ourselves another tiny little half square triangle, just like this, with a little cardinal on it. You have to have gold thread. I don't want to do it I don't want to finish it without it. Like I said to Pop, I said, we could choose another color. And he's like, no, let's keep the honey gold. And I'm like, all right, then we need to order another one just to be on the safe side. Because I don't want to run out. I didn't want to, 1/4 of it or 1/8 of it done with a different colored thread. That would not have made me happy. Whether it stayed here in the house with us or the one that got picked to send away. So, and the fact that we have either one for the winner to choose from. That's the extra choice. Like the fact that they won something and the fact they get to choose it. You know, which one they get to pick. All right, so we'll press that. Oops. I was like, why are you all the way over here? Actually, normally we set up the tree way over on the other side of the house and the shop. So I thought, you know what? Well, I make a little room and it can go right behind us. And I thought that would be fantastic. Okay, so now we take and we add the 5.5 to this. And then it goes next in line with the one we just finished beforehand with that little tiny zebra corner. Can't wait to pick out that. Helly, you're so hilarious. I bet you have all the words too. As well you should, because if you want to win it, you got to have all the words. And it's not that complicated, trust me. All right, so we'll sew those two together because we can, and I'll show you how we're just building our top. This is a fantastic scrap buster because you can use the white, the gray, the black, the red, you know, all sorts, and even mixing them together, like mixing these ones in here and into here, and, you know, the gray is in here and the gray is in there. It's in the red, it's in the black. It's, you know, it's fantastic. You can, I chose to stay within the reds and the blacks and the greens, but I mean, you can do whatever you like. You can do, you know, pinks and purples and blues and stuff. It doesn't matter. It's still going to look fantastic. Got all the words written down. Good. I want you to use it as your snuggle quilt. That's not going to be much of a snuggle quilt. It's going to be kind of tiny. Well, actually, no, not really, because it's 84 across. So that's not... Yeah, if you attach the sides together and put like a pillow in the hole in the center, you got yourself a fantastic quilt. All right, there we go. What do we think of that? All right, so that's that. All right, next piece, row 3, okay, is a 4.5 and a 2.5. So I want to make sure, let's see, we have the flower, we have the gray, we've already got the cardinal, so we'll skip that on that section. I have another bit of cardinal fabric, which is darker. The cardinal is a bit bigger, but that's okay. We don't want to use that one. I also have another bit of black with gold cardinal on it, and then some solid gray and a solid black. And I think I'm going to toss in that solid black. That's what I'm liking right here, right now. Here, let's mix that pile up. It's like a deck of cards. Mix them up, put something else different on the top, so on and so forth. Okay, so I want to take this black right here of this 4.5 by 2.5, and yes, it is confirmed it is such. Grab a 2.5 by 2.5, plop it up in its corner, and grab a 2.5 by 4.5 reciprocating buddy over here to add to it once finished, and yes, that is so. All right. So I want to make sure when I'm drawing my angled line, it is from here to here. Okay, because that is the next section in my tree, and henceforth it will be flipped up. Okay.
Why didn't you let the light blue stay in one piece?
What do you mean? Light blue piece? Why is it pieced in such that manner? It's just because I'm following the pattern. I'm just following because it's adding the 2-inch and then wants you to add the other piece. So I'm just following the pattern and how it works. It seems to work out well in the end. It's very little visibility between the lines of the piecing and stuff like that. So maybe that's the way it works best. I'm just following the pattern. If that was the question, I hope. All right, so there, and then of course on the other side, because we want those 2 bits, we want those 2 extra little bitty bobs. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's here. Okay. I thought, oh, don't throw it out. Don't throw it out. Just following the pattern there, Miss Helly. That's it. Use it for a teepee. All right, so we'll cut right in the center. And if you wanted to give yourself more of a narrow seam allowance in there, I'm sure you could. I wouldn't maybe make it an eighth, but I'd make it in between that half and a quarter sort of thing. I mean, you can, be a little generous, I guess, right? So, all right, so we'll put that there. And then, of course, this one, it's on my lap. I was like, what happened to that piece? I've already lost it. Oh, for Pete's sakes, it's going to be one of those days. All right, so press that and then press this. It's just the way, that's why they have so many of those little the 2x2s, because they have you adding it almost to every single piece and then adding a solid strip, a rectangular piece to that. So just the pattern. If you read the pattern, that's what it says. So I followed it along. Ask Moda. It's their pattern. All right, and then we're going to line this up, okay? And we're going to stitch it on down. I think when I built it last year as well, I thought, well, why didn't you just do measure them and then just flip, you know what I mean? Like you would for binding sort of thing. But yeah, no, I'm like, you know what? Just obviously this works best. Maybe it was too many half cuts or something. Who knows? So you can make the diagonal easier. That makes sense, Pat. It really does. Why no pop cam? Because it's actually attached to the long arm. We didn't take it off last week. So he's there verbally, is he not? Can they not hear you?
Only through your mic right now.
Only through my mic. Say hello.
Hello.
There. Look at our little tree is building. At least half of it. There we go. Is it looking lovely? Okay, now the next piece, row 4, is taking a 5.5, which I don't want to use that, but I do kind of like that. I even grabbed musical notes. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the musical notes. Why not? You know why? Because we can. That's why we're going to do it. We have the means. We have the capability. Let's do it. Okay. So we'll grab another 2.5er and put it on top. And then we need a 3.5, which I think is this one right here. I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's a 3.5er to add to once this note one is done. I'm trying to think, is this note fabric directional? It really is not. I got treble clefs going this way, treble clefs going that way. I got, all sorts of bibbity bobs. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to line this up, mark my little point to point, and it's a little buddy line on the side to give me that tiny micro half square triangle. Not really. If it's only 1.5 inches, it's not really a micro. But if you need to pin it, go ahead. Pop a pin in there. If you want to mark them all out ahead of time and then sew them all together like a chain reaction sort of thing, then do so. I just thought we can chat and you can see how I'm putting mine together and not get confused. So you can see the finished as we're going along. If you want to do all your tops, do all your tops. And this is where you can break down the colors because you have 6 trees to do and really 3 colors to choose from. So you want to make sure you're doing enough. If you want more black and white trees, and you do 4 black and white trees and 1 green tree and 1 red tree. I mean, it's completely up to you, right? It would make a great table runner. Pop a little couple of them all in a row, or because the background fabric, in fact, makes a tree. You know what I mean? Hence the tree farm, I'm assuming, because it's a double tree. You get a tree here, a tree here, a tree here, because as you sew them together, it forms that other tree, right? Because the seam is right here in the center. So having that as a table runner itself would be fantastic, because then you'd have the white tree and the color tree, white tree, color tree, or blue tree, gray tree, whatever tree, any kind of tree. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. I'd be happy with some of what Mom's on. Laugh out loud. I'd be happy 24/7. Happy on life, baby. Happy on life. In fact, a lot to live for. Life is short. I want to make a bang while I can. All right, so there we go. Here's a cute little one. See? That's going to add an awesome little extra bit around the border. Some pillow, whatever. Whatever. Okay, now, oh, that's got a little bit of a tiny flaw in that fabric. That's okay. Using it anyways. Adds character. Okay, now we'll press that. Do-do-do. Hello, Goat Kid. Haven't seen you in a while. That's on stream. Stream. Or Twitch, sorry. Twitch. I clearly have no idea. I'm just going to jingle my bells and sew. All right. You should be hanging out. And then we'll put some Christmas ornaments by next week. We'll put them up on the tree. There we go. And right after the show, we'll put cat ladies up on the tree. They'll be the first. So that's our little tree coming together. All right. So now row 5 is a 6.5er. And oops, that should be, oops, did I not cut? Uh-oh, hold on. What did I, oh, okay. Whoo, had a panic attack. So this should be 6.5. Okay, why was I hesitant about that one? Okay, all right, I just want to pick a right fabric for that because it's right under the notes and I don't want anything getting too lost. So let's put this little bit of cardinal fabric. Let's see if I can find a better piece without chopping his wee little head off. Okay, and then we need our 2.5er to go with him. And then we need another 2.5 because he buddies up with a 2.5. And then we need, did I not cut 7.5 or did I not cut 8.5? I don't think I cut 8.5s unless they're, oh, they were stacked. Whew, I was like, I'm sure I cut them. It's like, what's going on here? All right, some shenanigans. Okay. Oops. Now we'll mark this out here like we did the other ones. And this is a great little ruler to have because then you just put it in the one spot and it helps utilize extra fabric if you were just to do stitch and fold, right? So I think it's quite handy. So you can do all the left one first and then all the right ones. You know, it is sometimes a little confusing when you're flipping and flopping. So I think that's what I ended up doing when I did all my 18. I think I just did all the lefts and then did all the rights. So, and then sewed them together after that. Okay, there's our other little bonus. That's cute. I like this. It's got like little snow and berries and a little gray and black, and could never even tell what it was from. Okay. There we go. So there's our other little bit. So we'll add our 2.5er to that. And then we'll line it up on the bottom. And then we'll make our other one, which would be row 6 and then row 7. There's 7 rows in this tree on one side. Wish we could bottle her. What? What's going on? What's happening? Huh? What's on the secret chat? It's like a secret conversation you guys have while I'm busy working. right, we're going to attach the cardinal. And then I read up on it later during the week and then realize, oh, the conspiracy that happens. Okay. Oh, Pop deals with the crazy every day. And I guess, honest to goodness, if you didn't want to do more than this, like this perfectly shapes a tree, does it not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could just do the 5 and the 5 and move on. The 5, move on. You know what I mean? If you just want that shape for your tree. If you don't want it to continue down a couple more spots, it's completely up to you. If you want to make it a bit smaller, that makes a great size block. If you were to just do 5, it measures out at 10 and a half. So that's not bad. One more would, you know, if you did 6, it would need to be about a 12-inch block. So I don't think that's too bad. I think that's quite lovely. Okay, so, well, I like the solid gray. We'll do that one next. And of course, you have to add a 2.5-er. So I think what I did is I marked all the 2.5s. I think I just did that in about 45 minutes or something like that. It took me to mark all 100 200 and some odd 2.5ers. And then I just sewed chain piece like crazy, so I didn't have to worry about it. Okay, so that is, want to make sure that this is a 7.5-inch block and I'm adding a 2.5. It is a 7.5-inch block and I'm adding a 2.5. And then at this point in time, this is where you add the 2.5 by 1.5. That gets added on after you make your little attachment here, okay? Thanks, cat lady. We appreciate it. Oh, wrong side, dorky dork. Whoops. Whoops. Don't cut on that one. Don't sew on that one. It's this and this one. Okay. Oh, a little too close in the corner there. I like a big tree too. That's why I never really wanted to get a small one. I don't see the point of a small one. At least not for the space that we have. I mean, if we had very limited amount of space, we even thought about just decorating Walt with some garland and ornaments and stuff. As Munchkin, that was his idea. It's like, we don't have to put up a tree. We can just decorate Walt. I'm like, no, that's not what we want to do. Aw. Thank you guys very much. All right. So that's that piece. And then our little blue and gray. And then, of course, we want to add that other little piece. Oops. There we go. Set the scene first. Silly nilly. Silly nilly banilly. All right. Clear that was a fold. There we go. Do. I think I'm on a tiny little sugar buzz from licking the spoon of the icing. I think that's where I'm a little excited. Because you gotta lick the spoon of the icing because you need to taste test it before you decorate the cake.
Yeah, but you're supposed to stop putting it back in.
What?
The icing. The spoon stops.
No, only once, Mom. Jeez. Such a spoil sport. All right. All right, let's add in blocks. Row 6 to 5, which I just chose as a solid gray. I even left you some if you wanted to lick out the bowl. All right. Beautiful. I was like a little hesitant on the blue when I first picked it because it was just some chunks I just got to the shop and I thought, you know what, I really like it, but is it going to make a good enough background? But I think it's making an awesome background. Check that out, eh? Is that pretty cool? It's looking lovely. It's looking lovely. Looking tree-like. All right, now our last chunk is a 2.5er by 2.5. Oops, we may need that, maybe not today, but eventually. And we will stick, what else we got in here? What else do we got? Let's put this one. Let's put this bitty cardinal fabric. Now, is that directional? Yes, it is. Okay, so that is facing to me. So I want to make sure I put my triangle in the correct corner and then line up with my ruler in the correct manner, which would be from edge to edge or corner to corner. And then, of course, marking on the opposite side of that to not waste any fabric and add some for the extra pile. All right. So next Sunday is my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So we probably will continue to work on this tree because it'll take probably a little bit to do. But we can probably finish it off. So if that's okay. And then we'll work on something else after that. All right, that should be the last chunk for this 7-row section of half a dark tree. So I'm going to line that up and then we'll make a right hand side since we just did the left hand side. You know, if you got fabric, you don't care whether it's directional or not, you know, it's okay too. So, like I said, put musical notes in here, put birds in here, we've got flowers in here, you know, we got dots, we got polka dots, we got all sorts of fun stuff. There we go. Okay, see? Isn't that looking lovely? And just think, another one of this makes a perfect pillow. All you need to do is 2 of those, and there you go, bibbidi bobbidi boo, you got yourself a Christmas gift to somebody. There you go. Awesome, right? Pop a little backing on it, and you're done. It's cute. A few of those together, table runner. You know? All right, so that is the left. Now let's work on the right. And of course, we don't want zigzag or zebra for the other side of it. We want to pick something else that's complementary to it, but not exactly the same. It could be a row down or so on and so forth. So, okay, so I don't get confused. I'm only just going to fold my paper. So I'm just looking at the right side and not the right and the left, okay? Just, it's easier for this old little bitty. Okay, so since that is black and white, very prominent, I'm going to choose this color here and the blue here and go with that. So the blue stands out this way. Oh, let's do this a little press.
Angie says she's counting down the days.
Oh, is she? Big hugs, baby girl. Can't wait to see you either. And your projects. Can't wait to see you. Maybe there'll be leftover of my birthday cake, whoever makes that. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Munchkin. Yeah. All right. So we're going to put that on this and need to mark it.
Naomi says, hi, I'm sorry I'm late.
Hello, Naomi. That's okay. Glad you're here. All right, so I want to make sure that I'm building my tree in the opposite direction now. So this is my background. It's the majority of it. When this is sewn and flipped, this is going to be the top of my right hand of my tree. All right, so I am happy with that. I am going to mark with, oops, helps if it's a straight line, silly manilly. All right. And then, of course, on the other side, because that's our extra little bonus half square triangle. Okay. And then just come over to the machine. Like I say, you can place them all, set them all out beforehand, or stitch them as I'm going, just to show this very easy and scrap bustable idea of making a tree farm. And it's not just Christmas, it's all year round. Who doesn't like trees, right? We've discussed trees on many occasions. In fact, speaking of the trees, I think the free motion tree that I did on my domestic here machine got me a little demonstration at our Quilt Guild in January. So I'll be demonstrating that night on free motion on how to do a tree or just swirls or whatever, and hopefully give a couple of our guildies a little bit more confidence on doing some of their smaller projects at home. I mean, I'm a long armer. I'm all willing to get their stuff from them, but you know, if they want to do like table runners and stuff like that, it's a good way to show on the machine. So I'm very happy and very honored to be doing that demonstration. So. And it'll be a big thing for me because I don't normally do well in front of crowds. I get really quite nervous and agitated. So, but I'll be okay. I promise not to take the scissors to anybody. That just seemed bad. Anyways, moving on. Bad thought. Moving on. Now we need the 3.5. Which is this one here. So we will do, I like that little flowered one. So we'll do that one. And the 2.5. Okay. And we're going to do it in the same manner of trying to build out the tree. Yeah, so that gets flipped this way, in this direction. As I said, sometimes it's a little, you got to focus to figure out, you know, it's not just as easy peasy, right? I'm not saying it's not hard. It's not hard, but it's not. Just got a little bit of focus. All right. Just make sure you're lining up your piece very similar to how it has on the measurements, so you can see it.
Cat Lady says, just pretend the crowds are us.
Easier said than done. Okay, hold on. There. And then that gets flipped. And then that gets sewn. Okay, so this goes the extra side over here. Yes, I don't do very well in crowds. I took a when they had Quilt Canada here in June, the end of June or middle of June there or whatever, and I took a course from Sue Patton, Patten, I believe was the proper spelling. And there's lots of people there, but I did it. I was brave. All right, so now to this, we want to add a 5.5, which is this piece right here. No, that's a 4.5. Oops, did my 4.5s get on my 5.5s?
He says that you should just focus on one friend and talk to her.
That's actually a good idea. Thank you. It'd be Janice. Janice is there. She'll save me. She's got my back. I know that. All right. Now we got our tippy top and then our second row. So let's line those two up. And now we're building our second half of our tree. Okay. And of course, you can use pins if you want. And you can press your seam opens if you like. These are all things that you can do. What? What? What's going on?
Somebody's sewing on this channel I'm watching.
It's awesome. Fun sewing. Fun sewing. All right. So this is what we got done so far. Isn't it pretty? I'm loving that little black and the white little. It's a great way to bust your scraps. Like, it's fantastic to just be able to pull from your bucket and know if you happen to have a bunch of 2.5-inch strips, and then you just you subcut them into whatever you need. That's how I did it with the blues. I did my big ones first and then worked my way, and then, you know, if I can get a 5-inch after left over, then that's what I did. So all right, so block 3 or row 3 is a 4.5, which should be one of these guys. Yes, correct. And I don't want it. You can use repeated fabrics, of course, you know. So if I did this cardinal down over on this side, it's far enough from this one not to really worry about it. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good idea. I'm going to use that one. So I like that. I'm going to lay it out. Of course, I know I'm going to need a 2.5-er. So let's put him already over here on this side. And then we need a 4.5 by 2.5. And that is this piece right here. So we'll put that off to the side. I keep hearing, I thought the cat's playing with something, and it's me. It's me, Jingle Ballin'. It's crazy going on around here. All right, so let's line this up and put a little mark. And line it up and put a little mark. Break from the fabric store. I swear they should have sleepovers in fabric stores. I think people would like it. Campouts. Midnight quiltings. As long as there's chocolate and some, you know, wine or something involved, it's all good. Super quilt lady. Da, 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 da. Super quilt lady. Need a theme song now. Everybody needs a theme song. All right, so let's put that bibbity bobbity boo there. We got that little extra bit to the pile. We'll add him to theirs. Yeah, this one was actually really a fun one to do. I think that's why I did so many of them. It was a great way to bust some scraps. Oh. What Diane's idea? What did I miss?
She was the one that suggested, I think, having a cup of Christmas cheer.
Oh! Have a cup of
Oh.
Christmas cheer. Uh-oh. Did I? Oh, I think I might have added the wrong size on. Did I add a 5.5-er? I was supposed to add a 4.5-er. Whoa. For some reason, my butt end's a bit bigger. I'm not sure why, but my butt end is a little bit longer on that one. I'm gonna sew it and trim it because it doesn't really matter. I got some more blue fabric if I'm short one. Whoops, there it is. In every show. It seems like about a half inch. I don't know. Maybe I just cut that piece wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last. That's for sure. All right. No problem. Problem solved. Fixed. We fixed. Oh, you know what? Is that... No, it doesn't have as much of a... No. I buggered it up. I buggered it up somehow. What did I do? It doesn't have as much as a point as it's supposed to. Did I choose my wrong fabric first? Did I choose a 5.5 instead of a 4.5? I think I did. Out comes the seam ripper, the seam ripper, the seam ripper. Out comes the seam ripper. Knew I should have figured it out. Oh no, just keep sewing. It's alright. Oh, it's okay. It's gonna be alright. There's hugs in the end for you. Won't take long to zip this out and move it off to the side. Should have saved it for the next row, but no. Actually, it would have been wrong anyways. So, because it had the wrong one attached to it. So I could save it for the next one. But I'd have to take off the 4.5 I attached to it. Which means more seam ripping. We know how much I love their seam rippings. So much I made a song out of it. It's gonna be on next year's album. I'm kidding, not. No, no more work, Pop. I'm sorry. No more work. It's like already stressed. Okay, let's try this again. Not be such a Dinkeldorf. Okay. All right. Now, 4.5. This. Let's make sure it's 4.5. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, a 2.5. Got it. And a 4.5. Let's try this again with the same fabric. Is that 4.5? No, that's 5.5 because you got it in the wrong pile, silly. All right. Is that 4.5? That's 4.5. Okay, this one we're doing. All right.
Pepsi Girl made it.
Pepsi Girl. Hello, Pepsi Girl. Pepsi Girl. I don't know where I'm going with this song. I'm just gonna mark it so I can sew. And this is how it's here all day long. Both can attest to that.
Rebecca says maybe Home Free can cover your seam ripper song.
Yeah. We were listening to them earlier. Singing along. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Good music. Definitely good music. All right. We got this. Pardon?
Nadine's off. She has to go.
Bye. Have a good day. We'll see you later.
Pat's also looking for that.
Aw. Bye, Pat. Take care. I'll make sure Pop has great. See, I've already started with the cake. It's already good. It's a good start anyways. A couple days before, a couple days afterwards. Should really be birthday week, don't we think? Thanks very much for joining. And for some reason, I've had this bit of fabric stuck to my leg for I don't know how long. All right. There. Now we got some bibbidi bobbidi booins going on. That's a matchy matchy. We got this. All right. All right. Next is row 4, which is a 5.5. Okay. So I know this is a 5.5, and is that close to? If that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's do this one. That one. Okay. So we'll do this, and then our 2.5ers on top of that, because we know that's how it goes. And then its buddy is a 2.5 by 3.5. So that's over here. Okay, right, measured up. Yes, it is. Mark this one out. Corner to corner. And then another mark. And so. I always thought it should be birthday week. I always remember trying to get my mom something for my birthday too, because she actually, she gave birth to me that day. So I always thought it was something something that should be just done. The one you gave birth to you should get a gift too. Remember that, Munchkin, for March, eh? I'm kidding. Okay, so, okay, why is that? Okay, that is that. Now, it seems like we don't need 3.5. We need less than that. Did I grab the wrong piece? Do I need a 5.5 or do I need 6.5? Oh, all right. I'm ahead of the game for the next piece then. All right, let's grab another one. It happens, oh golly, it happens. What is this one? That is 6.5. Okay, well, I don't want that one. Is this 5.5? Yes. Probably could have used the one I ripped right off, couldn't I have? Yes, there we go. Okay, see? Recycle, reduce, reuse. Reuse that one I ripped right off. It was just a row ahead of the game. There we go. I got this. We got this. Now, for this one, we needed to add a 2.5. I was like wondering why it was just a little bit too big. It's like, that does not make any sense there. Now, if we line this up, and we do this, and we do this, yes, it is. It's fantastic. It fits fantastically. I'm so excited. Focus. Who's saying focus? Focus, focus, focus. All right, now we're rocking this, we're rolling this, we're making a tree, decorating it for you and for me. Do 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 do. How many rows we got? More? I think just one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got two more rows. I'm loving this tree. All right, so a 7.5. Let's try and not get it too, so it's not clashy. All right, so let's. I like this. Is that the one 7.5? Nope, that's 6.5. All right, 7.5. Do I like that one? Yes, I do. Put it over here. And then it requires that little itty bitty tiny buddy for 1.5 by 2.5. Okay. And then the last one, which I think I'm going to do this nice big cardinal one and put it right there. Awesome. I must mark them both out and sew them both out right now. Okay. So mark this one on the edge to corner to corner. And there's a little buddy on the side. Put him up there to get sewn. And then same with this one. Right there. And so, all right, so we're going to do the 7.5 and the 8.5. Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I have been very busy since I got up this morning, though, so maybe you are right. And I've been, like, extra productive, especially trying to get Pop's kind of birthday dinner going and the cake going and the tree and the, you know, this and then that. But, you know, you only live once. Just make the most of it. All right, so let's move that and that. So let's put those two bibbidi bobs in the extra pile. Look at this. That's going to make a nice little, you know, maybe even just a little extra star in one of the corners or something like that. All right, so this one and this one is fine. We don't need to add anything to that. This one we need to add that little bit of the 1.5 by 2.5. So let's press that out. Press this out. Okay, that's the bottom. We don't need to do anything more to that one. And we need to add this little buddy right here. Then we got our last 2 rows to finish out our 7 for our tree. You can tell you're winding down. What's going on? What do you mean winding down? I don't know. Do. All right. Let's see here. Flip those 2. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, where's Angie going? Oh, happy birthday. Wishing you a happy birthday. I think this is Pop and I's 26th. I think 26th birthday together. So that's a lot. That's a lot of birthdays. Hey, it's your birthday. Yes, but I am older. Well, yeah, sure, we'll go for that. We'll go for that. Sure. Aw, you skipped your nap. Woohoo! Oh, don't be grouchy. Don't be grouchy. No grouchiness allowed. Okay, now you will see that I use the same fabric in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For some reason, it looked like I had 8 there. I use the same fabric twice, but because it's such a variegated pattern to it with the flowers and that, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's not going to pull away from anything. So now we take our 2 halves that we've just done, our left and our right. And we go and we put them together. And you're going to want to line up every single one of those seams. Okay? So you're going to pin them. Like I said, if that's all you wanted to do, if that's all you thought, okay, I just want to try this block and see how it works, that's really the block, the one full tree. I would think that would be a block, a left and a right. And it makes a great pillow. It makes a great side to a bag. It can make a great start to a wall hanging. You know, there's lots of things. What's going on? Everything okay?
Yeah.
All right. You just kind of disappeared from my view, so I got concerned.
I'm rolled over because that's where keyboard's in the right place.
Gotta keep an eye on him. He's tricksy. All right, every single one.
Tina's husband's birthday is today.
Today, happy birthday, Tina's husband. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Happy birthday. Alright, now I'm just going to do a nice little 1/4 inch seam allowance to stitch these 2 halves together to make myself a full tree, just like that. Okay. Oh, for some reason I feel that these 2 right here are not snuggled as well as they could be. Let's see if that helped. We just had some, well, I was going to say friends of ours, but they became friends of Pop's in the past couple of years, but more friends of mine. They just sold their house here, not too far away, and moved to Sudbury. Just packed up and moved, them and the kids, everything. Life is an adventure. They'd been here for 12 years and just said, you know what, it's time for a change. And you know, sometimes that can be a really good thing, a very inspiring thing, a very daring thing, but also a very enlightening thing as well. So, you know, sometimes life is adventurous and you just got to take it by the pants and, you know, there we go. Wait, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I love how this one turned out. It's fantastic. I love that blue. Let's see what it ends up being block-ish wise. Looks like we're going 16 and a half by 15-ish. So, yeah. What do we think of that? Is it pretty? It's lovely. I like it. I like that you got little bits of cardinal here, cardinal there. Every single square or every single tree that I have is going to have a bit of one or more bits of cardinal fabric in it. So it's going to be very much a cardinal themed sort of wall hanging or small quilt. Like I said, I'm making six full trees. I got 5 more to make. We'll continue some more for next week for sure. And cut some of the green, show you how we cut it out and so on and so forth. It's a really fun little block. It's free from Moda. Take the chance to give it a go, and you may find that you're busting your scraps quite happily, and choose different variation of like a little bit of blue with some green in there, mostly green. I mean, I did pop a bit of different colors. There's a light one in here. There's one with some flowers and some leaves on it. I mean, it's a mix and match. I mean, use what you have. Use what you have. And if you only have solid colors, use solid colors. It's still going to make a tree. It's still going to look pretty cool. So, all right. Hope everybody had a good day and had fun and loved the beautiful turnout for the tree skirt. Maybe Pop can zoom in there now that we have a couple more people or whatever, and I will scoot this out of the way so you can see it. Oh, darn. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't go anywhere. And you can see the beautiful, beautiful trees. And that's got a little bit darker in here. You can see that. We love it. I love how it turned out. I had 9 strips of, actually had 11 strips of binding cut with the fabric or like a bolt. And then Pop came in from turning a seam ripper outside, and he goes, "I thought we were doing it in green." I went, "Oh, I've already cut the black." For some reason, when I laid it out under the tree, black just jumped out at me. I'm like, "Oh, binding in black. Got to bind it in black." So I really love it. It turned out beautiful. I'm happy with it. As much as I may have not have liked my angled cuts when we were trying to put it all together, some of those pieces were a little wonky, but the end result is fantastic. I couldn't be more proud to have the skirt that we made. I really am. And then finish up the other one. So whichever one we end up having, I'm totally happy with. So it doesn't matter. It's going to look beautiful. So
we use toggles, right?
Toggles. Yeah, we're going to use toggles. There's none on it right now. I just placed it so it was around so we can get it in the shot today and show all our hard work for the past few weeks and what we've been working on, and very happy to show it off. And I just was trying to, literally, my alarm went off. It gives me like a 15-minute before the stream to make sure, I've kind of got my stuff together and I'm focused or somewhat. Had some chocolate. And I was almost done the binding. I'm like, oh, we may have to start filming with me finishing the binding. He's like, that's okay. But we managed to get it done under the tree. So I said, if we could just really kind of focus on that, I'd be very happy, because it's a lot of hard work and worked very well on it, happy together, because we troubleshooted some ideas and proper placement of some of those triangles and so on and so forth. Oops, sorry. I don't know. I really love it, and I love how the light just kind of reflects down onto it, and whether we have the white light or the colored light or whatever, it's still going to look very beautiful. And, it may not have any presents under it for weeks yet, but it's still going to look lovely. I'll promise to pick it up off the floor, put it away until the draws, and then whoever, gets their pick, and then ours is going right under the tree. So whichever one they choose. So we really, really appreciate it. We really do. All your feedback and your watching and subscribing and commenting and all of it. We really, really do. It's nice to have that little kind of camaraderie with each other and know that we can kind of count on each other for some, advice when we need it. I'm still learning. We're always learning from the day we're born to the day we pass on. We're always learning every single day. So this is what we're working on. It's the Toll Christmas by Gina Martin. It should have been linked in there at some point in time during the chat. We'll try and get it in one more last time so you can follow up on it. It is a fantastic scrap buster. If you had variegated, like not variegated, but different tones of like tone on tone, white on white, cream on creams, those sorts of things for your backgrounds, mixing those up and down and back and forth would be pretty cool too. I don't think that little play in color would be too much of a difference. I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. I've only stick with my solid backgrounds that I've worked with so far. The other one that I had was a tone on tone. It was a white on white with a little flower. This one has also a little flower, but I think the other one was a bit of a creamy tone that I ended up sending to my mom. So anyways, if you do partake on this and making this beautiful little tree, I would love to see it when you post it to Facebook. So check us out there, Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. Subscribe, follow, whatever it is you want to do to keep up to date. We post all of our patterns, our updates, the pictures of the finished quilt when we got it off the long arm, all those sorts of things. We always keep up to date on Facebook, and Pop's really with the rest of the techno stuff of the Instagram and all the other things that I don't know about. Because he's fantastic that way. Okay, so we're going to say goodbye for now, and very happy you can join us on this Sunday. I wish I had another day. Goes way too fast sometimes. And we'll see you on Long Arm Wednesday, where we're going to finish off the other little big squared quilt, for a lappy quilt for my mom to give to one of her friends that she's met at her new St. Teresa's Center, home. So I'm going to make up like 4 or 5 so she can give away and not feel that she has to pick and choose. I'm going to try and make sure she has more than to choose from. So I'll zip up a couple more. So we'll be working on that. We're going to do like another grid pattern, but and then next week we'll do a little bit more of this on the live stream. We'll make a couple more trees, maybe some green and some red. And of course, don't forget block 10. We're almost done our Christmas tree quilt. Like, these are all the beautiful squares. Of course, this one here. Thank you. And of course, we got baby Jesus and then the manger. I'll show them real quick before we say goodbye, okay? And then some stars, and then the ornaments. I had them all laid out, so they're not in order. I'm just going to show you as we're going. And then the gingerbread, and one present, and another star, and another star, and another present, and another star, and another ornament, and a couple more little tiny stars, and another present, and then of course the very first one, the trees, and then and then we got the holly and the berries, and then the angel on high playing his horn, and then another present with the candies, and then the cardinal. So there we go. Whew! We got 3 more. It's going to be exhausting, but it's going to be beautiful. All right. So thank you, everybody, for partaking. We really appreciate it here. And like I said, liking and subscribing and all that other fun stuff that you do with that techno jibber jabber. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day. And we're so thankful that you could join us. Have a great one. Bye-bye.